Welcome to Graduate Night 21-22 for the Cottonwood School. I am Christina Struther, the high school counselor. The objectives will be to assist students and families in understanding the following: graduation and A to G requirements, SAT, ACT, are they necessary? CSU, UC, and CCC options, which CSU is your California State University, and the UC is University of California, and CCC is California Community College options. And the California Guidance Initiative, actually it should be California Colleges Guidance Initiative, as well as financial aid and graduation. The graduation requirements versus the A to G graduation requirements. So the first one that we have here is our college and career. This will get you your high school diploma. It will allow you to go right into a career after high school or to the community college system. What we have here is 3 years of English, which is 30 credits, 2 years of math, with algebra being one of the requirements, or integrated math, as well as another math. So if you are starting off with pre-algebra, that would be one of your years of math, and then algebra would be your second one. Those are all that are required. However, I don't usually recommend students to just do 2 years of math. If you're on the college and career track, I usually recommend consumer math, which there's some different programs that you can take, which helps students learn real life math, such as buying homes and interest for cars and all sorts of things that you need to have, which that's a consumer math class. Again, that's a counselor highly suggested course to take if you're on the college and career grad path. There's also the 3 years of social science, which 1 year is world history for 10 credits. The other one is US history and government and economics. And each of those courses, government and economics, are worth 5 credits. They're only a semester long. Then there's 2 years of science. One of them has to be biology, a life science. So it doesn't have to just be biology. You can take an anatomy or physiology class to meet that life science requirement, as well as physical science, which can be an earth and space science. It could be chemistry, physics, and so forth. Then we also have the world language or a visual and performing arts. So you can take one world language, so whether it's Spanish, American Sign Language, you have to take it for a full year, or you can take Spanish one semester, say you didn't like it, and end up taking another world language the following one, let's say Italian or French or Japanese or Russian. You can take, and that would count for your 10 credits that you need for a world language. Your visual and performing arts could be taken instead of a world language. So if you want to take an art class, a ceramics class, a photography class, those count for your visual and performing arts requirements. And then you have 90 credits of electives that will meet the remaining amount of credits needed for those 200 total to graduate. If you get a D grade or better, that earns you credit on the college and career pathway. So any of those courses, again, with a D grade or better, hopefully we're aiming at better, will get the student their high school diploma after 200 credits are met. The other requirement is the A to G requirement. So A to G requirements equal 4 years of English, which is a total of 40 credits, 3 years of math, with one of them being algebra or integrated math 1, geometry or integrated math 2, and a higher math. So that could be algebra 2, integrated math 3, it could be statistics, it could be pre-calculus. It just needs to be a higher level math for a total of 30 credits. Now I have that one highlighted for 3 years of math because 4 years is what is recommended for the UC system. However, again, it's recommended, not required. So then the next option is 2 years of, or not option, the next requirement is 2 years of social sciences. That could be your world history, your US history, your government econ. You're going to end up with 30 credits regardless, even though 20 years is the requirement. You will end up with 30 because 30 is what is required to get a high school diploma. The next one is 2 years of science with labs. So the first one will be, again, it's that life science, which could be biology or anatomy and physiology. And then the next one will be your physical science, which again could be chemistry, physics, earth and space science. Those are your options to choose from to meet that physical science requirement of 10 credits. Now that one is highlighted because 3 years is actually recommended by the UC and CSU systems. So again, not required, but recommended. So what I have here is what is required. So you have that option of doing those recommended, but that'll be up to each student and what works best for that student. The next thing are 2 years of the same world language. And I stress that it has to be the same. So you couldn't do a year of Japanese and then do a year of Russian, because that wouldn't meet the 2 years of the same world language. It has to be 2 years of Russian, 2 years of Japanese, 2 years of whatever language that you choose to take for 20 credits. And also, again, that one is highlighted because 3 years is what is recommended. 1 year of a visual performing arts is also required. You need to take either art class, ceramics, there could be other classes that are available that a student can take to meet that visual and performing arts requirement. Now your A to G requirements, let me go ahead and finish. 1 year of an approved G elective. Now, if you're doing those recommended, that's automatically gonna be counted for, so that math class, instead of doing 3 years, you chose to do 4. That one can roll over and meet that approved G elective. Same thing with science or that world language. Those classes can roll over and meet that G elective that is required to be filled. Plus 50 credits of elective will equal your graduation requirements. So this is your A to G path that you can take. Again, you need a grade of a C or better to earn credits here. So if you get anything lower than a C grade in a class, then you're going to be required to take that over. There are 2 exceptions to that. The first would be a math class. So if you got a D grade in your Algebra 1 class and then took a geometry class and got A's, then those A grades will validate those lower grades and you don't have to retake that algebra. The same applies to a world language. So if you are taking Spanish 1 and the first semester you don't do well at all, you get a D. And again, these are D grades, not F grades, D grades. If you get a lower grade, so a D grade, you then take it for the second semester and you get an A, and that would validate that lower grade and you don't have to take that. However, if you do poorly in English 9A your first year that you were here, again, you're all seniors now, so this wouldn't, qualify for you. But if you did poorly that and had to do English 9B and let's say you did better, those don't validate each other. You do need to retake that course. So again, I'm talking to our graduating students. So you are really much set on what you're going to do. You can't all of a sudden say this year, hey, I need to do, I was at College and Career, but I really do want to go to a 4-year college. You can't decide that now. It's not going to happen. You're going to not be able to meet those A to G requirements if you haven't been meeting them since the beginning of high school. What does A to G mean? Basically, A to G means that those are those requirements. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G that you have to meet for each subject area. So basically, it's a subject area. This one stands for this one stands for that. Your G requirement are your electives, and that's all that it means. It's your college prep classes. And also the other thing that I was going to say with A to G is you need to have 11 of those requirements met by the end of your junior year. So if you're coming into your senior year and you only had 8 of those met, then you're not going to be able to apply to a 4-year. I mean, you can apply, it's probably just going to be a waste of your money, but you're not going to be able attend a 4-year because you didn't have those 11 met by the end of your junior year. So you need all 15 done by the end of senior year. ACT versus SAT, comparisons of the tests. So I went onto each of the websites and I found how the ACT compares themselves to the SAT and vice versa. So here we go. ACT versus SAT. I'm going to go over what both of them stand for first. Both offer practice tests. Both are accepted at universities throughout the United States of America, and both offer fee waivers, and both need to be heavily studied before you actually take them. So here's ACT versus SAT. So as you can see, all the X's are saying what the SATs do not. So the ACTs offer, the calculators are allowed for the entire math test. And you can see, you can just go on the ACT website to find this information. All tests are 1 hour or less. You always know which questions count. You have access to English learner supports. You get a STEM score, and subject scores are balanced. So here's their list. Here's the cost for the ACTs. $60 with no writing, $85 with the writing component. The SATs versus the ACTs. So one of the things that the SAT offers that the ACTs don't are everyday math formulas are provided. So while the ACTs offer you can bring in your calculators. Free personalized test practice. Yes, through the Khan Academy with over 4,000 questions and video lessons. Yes, 8 downloadable practice tests with instant scoring, whereas the ACT only offers 1 practice test. Mobile app that instantly scores paper tests. Yes, daily practice for the SAT. So again, here's the differences that you can see. And again, this is also from the College Board SAT. Here's the cost for the SATs. So they're a little bit less. It's $55 again, fee waivers, but that was already said that they both offer fee waivers. Now, how to qualify for a fee waiver is that you or your family are receiving support from the state public aid support, or you have free or reduced lunch are also ways that you are able to get a fee waiver. So that $55 and that I believe it was $85 fees would be waived because of you qualifying for those waivers. Neither test are required for the 22-23 school year. Students for the UCs and CSUs are not required to have the test. Benefits of taking the test vary. So the SATs do offer this scholarship program that allows students to go through various steps. So you can apply for colleges, fill out your financial aid, all things that you're going to be doing anyway. And you can earn scholarships just because you linked your college board to whatever your financial aid, you linked your college board to that you're doing practice tests with Khan Academy. So again, this is all, you can get that information from the College Board website. And it can tell you that you can earn up to a $40,000 scholarship. Again, this is based off of the many students that take the SATs, but I know there was a student a couple years back that in my area in Elk Grove that they received that $40,000 scholarship for doing things they were going to do anyway. So those are the benefits of taking the SATs. I know that the ACTs, both programs, if you go onto their websites, they do have different scholarships that you can apply for. So you could look up scholarship money through both of those. Some institutions prefer that you take those tests because that's how you qualify for institutional aid. So that's another bonus to it. And there might be other scholarship programs that may want you to have those. But again, it just depends on where you're applying. And you can check your private schools to see if that's a requirement. Again, and each of the campuses at the UC and CSU systems do not require it. However, In other states, they may. So you have to check those campuses, those colleges that you're interested in attending. The CSU, UC, and CCC application dates and deadlines and their costs. So the CSU for fall 2022 opens up October 1st through November 30th. There is one application for 23 campuses. The tuition cost at the CSU, this is with no fees, is $5,742 per year. This is taken directly from their website. The UC system fall applications opened August 1st through November 30th. There's one application for 9 campuses. Tuition and fees are $14,100 per academic year. Again, this was taken from their website. Now for the California Community College system for fall 2022, the applications vary. So it depends on each campus of when they accept applications, which usually they're ongoing. You could kind of apply to a community college at any time for most campuses, but you want to check the one that you want to attend. There is one application for 116 different colleges. The tuition cost for them is $46 per unit, which is very inexpensive for a college system. The cost per year with fees is approximately $1,400 per year. However, with the California Promise, it is $0 for tuition costs. That's not for fees. It's just tuition that's waived with the California Promise. So what the California Promise is if you are planning to attend a California community college, you need to enroll for 12 credits or 12 units, they call them units at the colleges, 12 units minimum, and maintain those 12 units minimum each semester. So if you are taking 12 units and you decide to drop a class, if you don't add another class, then you're going to lose that 2 years tuition free. And if you've only used a semester of it, that's not going to be beneficial to you. So make sure that the student enrolls for 12 units or more and maintains those 12 units or more. The goal is actually to get students to graduate a California community college in 2 years. So that would mean taking 15 units per semester. So you need to look at what the general ed requirements and then your major would be in order to make sure that you meet that goal of that 2 years. The right path depends on your future career goals. All universities require general education classes before you get to your specific major. So the reason I put that in there, all universities require general ed classes before you get to your major. You have to take English again. You have to take a math. You have to take certain classes in order to get your associate's degree. You're taking them either at that four-year university or you're taking them at that community college. Now, as you can see, there's quite a difference in cost of $5,742 just for tuition at a major university, a CSU. There's a $14,100 cost for tuition and fees at the UC system, or $1,400 or $0 if you are eligible for the California Promise at the California Community College. So it makes the most sense, unless you got a full ride to any of the CSUs or your family has a lot of money and they don't mind spending it, it's not going to harm your family in any way possible, or what have you, to attend that CSU or that UC, or again, out of state. But if you have the opportunity, if you don't have that opportunity, if you don't have somebody with this large sum of money, or you don't get all these scholarships to pay for school, then the California Community College system is going to be your best bet as far as financially concerned, that you're not going to end up with the debt that other students may end up with who don't have somebody paying for their school every single year. California Colleges Guidance Initiative, CCGI. What is it and how can it benefit me? And I will take you there in a moment. Let's go to the next part. CCGI provides students with in-depth, grade appropriate information and data-driven tools to support college, career, and financial aid planning and applications. Where can you learn more about CCGI? You could subscribe to their YouTube channel. Let me show you what that looks like. And as you can see here, I am subscribed to them. So here's some different videos. Some of the videos you want to look at, we are a partner district. There's open access, so that's free for anybody, but the partner district videos are the ones that you want to look for because we are a partner district. So you can go on here and look at the different videos that they have. So for you all using the financial aid feature for 12th grade, you can click here and watch that and learn how to use the CCGI application to get your financial aid filled out. You can look on here on how to use the career search tools, the major search tools. There's so many different search tools that you're able to look at that can assist you with utilizing this amazing resource that we partnered with this year for all of our students in high school. So this is great information. And for teachers and parents, you have some really good tools in here as well, because there's some curriculum that you can use to help your students use those career exploration or to search for majors or to search for colleges using the CCGI platform. Here it is. This is the California colleges. So this is the website that we have. Each student is going to be able to log in. That information is going to be sent out to you, and it's going to be in an email. You're going to be able to check with your HST if you need some additional support, but you're going to create your account, sign in, and then you're going to be able to use these college search tools, which again, as an open access, anybody's able to use them, but you want to use it while you're signed in so information gets saved in your account. So you can look at major search tools. Here is how you can apply for the college. So apply to college. If you're applying for the CSU, you would click here. If you're applying for the UC system, you're going to go apply here. They also have the application for the Common App. The Common App is an application that you can use to apply at several universities, hundreds of universities actually, throughout the United States. There's one application that goes to all these schools. Like there's one for the 23 CSUs, there's one for all these hundreds of schools. So you only got to do an application once instead of like we had to do back in the day. You had to do a different application for each and every school that you were trying to attend. And here's also the Common Black college applications for your HBCUs, which is your historically Black colleges and universities. So there's many great resources. And here's your California Community College application that you can apply. So here's your interest profiler. This is another great resource, and I encourage students for every year to use this. So hopefully if you were with me last year, you were able to utilize the interest profiler and start creating some careers that you're interested in and doing some research on what those careers entail. What type of education do you need? Sometimes you don't need that four-year college, four-year university for certain fields, and that's okay. I would have only done the schooling I was required to do in order to be a school counselor. However, for me, that entailed going up to my master's degree so I can work the job that I have here for you. Financial aid. You can launch your financial aid application or your California Dream Act. I'll cover these more in the next slide. There's also information about your Cal Grants if you are a foster youth, and also information about your California College Promise Grant. There's also your financial aid checklist. So there's a lot of great information about student loans, scholarships, and so forth. So the California Colleges CCGI website is really important for our students. Financial aid. Financial aid is opening on October 1st. The deadline to submit is March 2nd for the Cal Grants application. I suggest each of you completes this as close to October 1st as possible, and then it's off your plate. You know it's done. Even if you're not planning to attend college after high school, do this anyway, just in case that does become something you want to do next year. So you might have it like, I'm done. I'm not gonna do, I'm gonna take a break, and then you start working, and then you realize, I don't want to do this. Maybe I do need to go back to school. Maybe I need to have this. You're going to have that application already done. And, list your local community colleges as options for yourself, if that's what's going to work. If you are planning on going to the CSU, UC, or again, you're going to go out of state, you're going to attend a private institution, you must fill out your financial aid information. Again, unless you have somebody paying for your schooling, then that is not required. If you don't have to worry about that, you don't have to fill out that financial aid application. But if you don't, like most of us, you have to complete that. If I don't, have the resources available to pay for college, and I need to have a college education in order to do what I want to do, then the financial aid application is something you need to complete. The free application for federal student aid, also known as FAFSA, and the California DREAM Act application, I call it CADA, I heard it called CADA, are required to be completed in order to receive Cal grants and for institutional aid at many universities. They can assist the student with money to pay for college. Which application do I complete? It depends if you are a U.S. citizen or meet AB 540 for the state of California. U.S. citizens complete FAFSA. AB 540 students complete the CADA, the California DREAM Act application. Aim for at least a 3.0 GPA. Why do I say that? Because some of the Cal grants require that you have at least a 3.0 GPA. And also a lot of scholarships may require this as well. So having that 3.0 GPA gives you more options as far as money to help you pay for college. And again, if you're not even interested in going to college, having a 3.0 GPA helps you pay lower insurance rates. You just need to check with your insurance company for auto insurance. And a 3.0 or above gets you a good student driver account. So the cost that either you or your parents or your guardian are paying will be lower than what it would be if you didn't have a 3.0. Fall grads should fill out the 2021, 2022, and 2022 and 2023 applications if you plan on starting in the spring semester for college. This is important that you do both applications. And once you do one, it's pretty much going to already be in there. So it's not going to be as difficult to fill out the second time, but you want to fill out both of them so that that educational institution has your information, so you're ready to go and start school when you want to start school. Both applicants should create a Web Grants for Students account. Here is the Web Grants for Students account. This provides students with access to their Cal Grant awards and to verify if there are errors on their application. If you are going out of state, then this is not required, but a California college should always be listed as a backup on your financial aid application. And I'm going to say always, because if you don't list any California college and you're just putting all out of states, you're not going to even apply. You're not going to be looked at for what type of Cal grant you might get. And you want to do that because it is cheaper to go to in state to where you reside than going out of state. If you choose to go out to a different college, let's say in New York, you chose to go to a public school in New York. Well, that's going to cost you a lot more because you're not a resident of the state of New York. And you could pay up to 3 times more, which means that instead of like that UC information that was $14,100 each year, it might be 3 times that. So almost $45,000 per semester for you to attend in the state of New York to go to college to get the same degree that what you could have got here, but just at a different institution. So do keep that in mind. So here's the Web Grants for Students account. This is what it looks like. Okay, didn't want to do that. So you go here and you will start here. The Web Grants is the California State Aid Commission. Those are the people who oversee the California grants. So that's your money for college within the state of California. So you would go to create an account. Again, you're going to start all that from that CCGI website, but this is what it looks like. Graduation, this is the last slide. Graduation is set for May 26, 2022. We're going to have an in-person traditional graduation ceremony. That's what's currently planned as of the date of August 26 at 5:39 p.m. when I'm recording this. If you're graduating in the fall, you will be invited to participate in the ceremony in the spring. Information for caps and gowns will be sent out in the spring semester. Your HST will reach out to you and let you know. You'll get emails, things will be written in the Wednesday weekly. You need to check those. Stay on top of your work and get good grades. Your GPA matters. As I said before, aiming for anything over a 3.0 is beneficial for you, even if you're not going to college. It's still beneficial for you. So that is my presentation. I hope it's been beneficial for you and that it's going to help you with everything that you need for graduation. Thank you and enjoy. And feel free to replay this as often as you need to.